Eagles and the Buccaneers. And Hugh, sometimes we do these Fridays before a game, and it's like there's a lot of different emotions sometimes. Sometimes it's a team we don't play very often, so you're like, I don't know what to expect. Sometimes it's a team we know very well, and you kind of have that. And the Buccaneers, Hugh, are not a team in the NFC East, but it's a team we play all the time. Lot. And unfortunately, the results lately have been pretty bad. I mean, and really historically, the Eagles and Bucs feel like a rivalry, even though they're not division teams, right? We've had all those playoff games over the years, dating back to your days. And then even in this era now, we've had a couple of these dates with the Buccaneers in the playoffs. So there has kind of become a rivalry over the last 20-something years or so. And here, as we go into this game on Sunday, it really is a matter of how much you take from what has happened in the past versus how much you have right now. Hugh Douglas, do you have any thought, concern, feeling about the history, which has been obvious towards the Tampa Bay Buccaneers under Sirianni, 1-4 against Tampa?
There's some trepidation there. And I'll tell you why, because it just feels like when we go down there, because the last time we've been down there, it hasn't boded well for us. But I think part of that is because we weren't at full strength. We're somewhat at full strength now. So we're going down there. I feel like it's going to be different, but there's still some angst going down there knowing that Todd Bowles, it feels like he has Jalen's number for the most part. The last couple games, it feels that way.
Well, it has. I mean, in his career, the blitz percentage and what he's done to Jalen Hurts, you're right. But I can't believe this. On a Friday, it is 10:03, and I'm here. Is this plant-based Hugh back in the studio?
No.
Yeah, what do you mean? You said did you use the word trepidation on me?
Yeah, I did. That's
trepidation.
A big old word.
Trepidation. Yeah. You know, that's another word for trepidation is.
What's that?
You're scared.
No, it's not.
You're scared.
Well, no,
you're scared of
you
the
look
Bucs.
at it, but it's almost like, I look at it like this. Exercising your demons.
Yes, I like that.
You're exercising your demons. I'm not, you know what happened in the past.
Yep.
But you're going down there to exercise those demons.
Well, they have to, and I think they will. So, look, 215-592-9494. I am not concerned about the history between these two teams, and I expect the Eagles to go win this football game. They're 3.5-point favorites. Tampa's good. I don't think Tampa's as good as their record. I know everyone a couple days ago did not like the idea that I said the Eagles were lucky. I think the Bucs are luckier than the Eagles. The Bucs,
you're talking about the last-minute win.
Yeah, I mean, they were down to the Jets with a couple minutes to go. The Eagles were down to the Rams. That's respectable. You could be down to the Rams. They're a good team. The Bucs, were down to the New York Jets on Sunday and had to come back and win that football game. They were also down to the Texans, who might stink themselves this year. They were down in Week 1 to Atlanta, who also might stink. They just got shut out by the Carolina Panthers. This Bucs team is good, and they'll probably be a contender by the end. You maybe get to 9 or 10 wins and maybe win their division again, and maybe we'll see them in January. But I'm not concerned this week with the history between these two teams for a couple reasons. Number one, the Bucs aren't that good. Number two, they're more banged up right now than we are. They have a lot of injuries. And I know we're down Nolan Smith, and we've got some defensive guys that aren't, fully healthy. I get that.
Questionable.
But Mike Evans is out for this game and out for weeks. He's their best receiver. He's given us tons of trouble over the years. I don't know if Chris Godwin's going to play. Maybe. He practiced yesterday and is trying to make it back for his first game. But then he didn't. He practiced 2 days ago, but they didn't practice yesterday. So I'm not sure if that's a setback or it's rest. I don't know what's going on with Chris Godwin, but he hasn't played a game yet this year. No Mike Evans. Even Baker Mayfield was on the injury report with a triceps injury. He was limited in practice. So I have a banged-up Bucs team. They haven't had their offensive line the whole year. The Eagles are healthier. The Bucs are lucky to be where they are. And then, can we go over this history for a second? Because I got Hugh Douglas over here. Scared. What's the word? Trepidation? Trepidation about the history, right? So, it's come up this week that the Eagles are 1-4 against the Buccaneers in the Nick Sirianni era. Can we go through those 4 games for a second and just kind of talk about what we're talking about here? The first 2 happened in 2021. Okay, that's a long time ago. That was Jalen Hurts' first year as a starter. Jalen Hurts now and the Eagles roster now compared to the Eagles roster in 2021 is night and day. I mean, they didn't have half the talent they have now. It's not even close. Jalen's not even close to the player now he is compared to what he was then. And the Buccaneers, you know who their quarterback was in 2021?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. Look, I respect Baker, and Baker's become a good player, but come on. They had Tom Brady in 2021 when they beat the Eagles 2 times. So that's 2 of the 4 losses were against Tom Brady. Okay, then let's fast forward to 2 of the losses that happened in 2024. One was the playoff game, January 2024, as the Eagles collapsed. A.J. Brown missed that football game. He had hurt his knee the week prior in the Week 17 or 18 game against the Giants. No A.J. Brown. And they went down there, and they were collapsing anyway, and it was the Matt Patricia, Sean Desai thing. Throw that out the window. And then last year, they go down to Tampa Bay, Week 4, just like this year. And I believe in that game, there was no Devontae Smith. There was no A.J. Brown. There was no Lane Johnson. I mean, if we're being real, the Eagles had no shot in that football game. Okay? Like, they went down there last year in Week 4, and they were completely battered, and they got beat. And it was also the final week before Cooper DeJean started playing games. So I just, those are the 4 games. In the Sirianni era, Hugh, they've played 5 times against the Bucs. They've lost 4. A.J. Brown has played in 0 of those losses. The one time he played was the game in 2023. Eagles won the game, and A.J. Brown had 9 catches for 131 yards. Trepidation. Can we be real here? The Eagles are better than the Bucs, Hugh, and they're going to go down there and win this game on Sunday.
Well, that's the sentiment. That's the way I feel. But the fact remains is that you went down there and you got beat twice. I mean, the last couple of years you've been beat down there. And you can even say, I can even go as far as to say the defense, the vaunted Super Bowl defense last year went down there and got smacked around early on. But they still got smacked around.
But then they were different after that.
I mean, but the fact remains they still got smacked around. So that's what you look at, and that's the thing that you have to respect. Now, trepidation and fear are 2 different things in my book. Like, you're a little concerned about it because you know how it goes down there, and you know that, everybody's talking about the weather being a factor. I don't think that's going to be a big deal.
Yeah, but it is hot. It is hot.
It is hot.
It's going to be hot.
It'll be hot for me and you.
Yeah. Well, we're here.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm just saying, if we were down there, it'd be hot.
Hot for Merrill, Mike, and Devin. I mean, they got to work.
Yeah, but these are trained athletes.
Athletes? Their
skills
and we are trained
honed.
broadcasters. We are broadcasters.
Their skills are honed. To a T.
It is pretty remarkable that doesn't it always seem, Hugh, that when we play the Bucs in the regular season, the game is early in the year, so it's still hot. I find it to be ridiculous. I know the NFL schedule is almost all formula, right? Like, they were scheduled to go to Tampa Bay this year. But why do they always got to put it in September?
Yeah, why got to be warm?
Why can't we go down there in December where it's like mild?
It'd be warm. It'd be so warm that's like when it's warm.
What were you gonna say?
Nah, I keep it to myself.
We're trying to be professionals.
When you would like wear linen. And like the sweat be in your crack of your butt cheeks or something. It's that kind when you walk outside, damn.
You thought about it, and then you went there anyway.
No, but you
thought about it. Why are you wearing linen when it's that hot out?
No, listen, true story. When I went to Doc had he was renewing his vows.
Okay.
We were in Florida, right? So I remember we were there, and I put on a linen outfit because we were going downstairs to eat dinner, right? Mm-hmm. So, you put the worst thing you can do as an African American is like put on a whole lot of lotion and go downstairs. Like,
are you glistening?
No, because you know how, when you're in the AC and you put the lotion's in your skin, right?
Okay.
But when you go in that hot, humid heat, the lotion rises.
Oh, no.
Man, I was on the elevator. Boy, I started sweating. That lotion started coming out. Them folks looked at me. It was some folks on the elevator looked at me like they thought something was wrong because I had skin all white, lotion coming all out my pores. Yeah, it was bad.
Sir, should we call 911?
He was like, are you okay, sir?
Are you going to be all right? 215-592-9494. That is how you hop aboard on a football Friday. All right, we're getting ready to go to Tampa Bay for a game. Well, the Eagles are, and our broadcast team is. We're going to be here. Like you guys, watch the game on Sunday. Does the history against the Bucs concern you for this weekend? It obviously concerns Hugh, I haven't heard from Plant-Based Hugh in quite some time. He's clearly here with us today.
I'm just saying, you just, it's in the back of your mind.
No, the Eagles are a better football team.
Yes, they are.
We got to go down there and get some revenge this weekend. They're 3.5-point favorites for a reason. The Bucs right now are the more banged up team.
Yes, they are.
And I look at it like this: the 1-4 versus the Bucs is a little bit stretching it. The two of those games were in 2021.
1-4 is 1-4.
Yeah, but 5 years ago in the NFL, that's a long time. 2021, Jalen is so much a better player.
Yes, he
and
is.
then they had Tom Brady as their quarterback. And that's not Baker Mayfield. 215-592-9494. I'm not concerned with the history against the Bucs, and I believe the Eagles are going to go win this football game on Sunday. Hugh, you could just feel the fear dripping like that lotion was when he was down in Florida.